please, please. It might be less, actually.
Now I'm shy.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is gonna be Mikhail's video.
Well, it's not my video. It's NVIDIA's video. We're gonna not see it all, but we're gonna go through it like more fast because you don't know about it, and I think everybody should know about it, even unless you have a Mac for gaming, which I don't think most of you don't have.
It's a very small percentage of people gaming Macs. Yeah.
So let's go through the video, and I will fast forward through it, and
because it's 25 minutes long.
But it's going to be less because we don't care about the trailers. And if you have something like you want to ask, stop it. This is the button for this.
Because this will kind of be the dynamic of this. Usually it's a discussion, these live discussions about this week in video games. But I have a confession to make. I love video games. I play a lot of video games. I'm half of a video game YouTube channel. But I know almost nothing about the hardware that goes into this. And so when people start talking about graphic cards and what are your specs and things, like, I don't know, but I understand that it's important. So Mikhail knows about all this stuff. So
I don't know all, but
he
I
knows
know
more than
you.
Yeah,
So
yeah. There's no debate about that.
I can lecture you a little bit about it, but you know that for the gaming, what is most useful hardware of your computer is the graphic card.
The graphic card, yeah.
And so this is about the graphic card.
Good.
So let's start by seeing some intro.
Ooh, exciting countdown.
Tell us if the sound is good or not. We'll either up or down. Is our... How many people? Yeah, okay. Our most loyal people.
Wait, what happened to everyone? We had like 300 people in the reveal, and
they don't care. It's their fault. But they can still watch it.
The 40 people here are the ones who already know all about the graphics card, and that's why they...
Maybe.
Feel free to make fun of me in the chat. That's fine.
Let's just enjoy the intro. Some Chinese game, right?
Is that Sword Art or
Justice Online?
Justice Online. No idea.
And now you pronounce the title. Too late.
Too late. Yeah.
You know
Watch Dogs Legion. Yeah. I've heard of something about Cyberpunk. I think I heard about that. Death Stranding. But our journey has just begun.
So you know what's RTX?
This is related to the ray tracing capabilities of the graphics card, right?
This is what only GeForce does have.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
What does RTX stand for?
Ray tracing.
What's the X?
I'm not sure what's the X.
Okay.
It's like ray tracing technology.
Ray tracing X.
Of
course.
RT for ray tracing.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is for basically reflection in the game that is realistic. Otherwise, it's done different ways. So this looks better. It's more realistic. But of course, it takes a lot more power. So if you turn the RTX on in the game, if you have the GeForce, it's going to be, you're going to have less FPS, but going to have new effects.
So
not every game is supporting it. There's like now 30 games or something,
okay,
including Minecraft,
right?
Which looks a lot more better.
So it's not something that developers use to build their games. It actually changes the way that light works in games to then you can turn it on to say, okay, we're not just going to have regular light, we're going to use ray tracing.
Yeah, well, you can build a game like having in your mind RTX already, And like you can decide, if you are a game maker, you can decide like not to turn it off ever. So it can be a ray tracing game only, but then not everybody can play it.
Citizen Swarm is suggesting that the X might mean extreme. Could be.
Could be.
Could be.
Could be.
You know, we have the world's information at our fingertips. I'm just gonna.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me. Put it
Hi
on
everyone. Thanks for joining us today. 2020 was an extremely tough year with
Yeah,
no.
we're gonna fast forward a
and
little
more than
bit.
We know it
double
was a
since
tough year.
2018. Discord connected gamers
And
with
we
over
know-
4 billion minutes of
And we know that more and more people turn into gaming. So logically, more people are now on Steam than 2 years ago, than Discord, YouTube, where we are now.
Yeah.
So Caleb, if you would start 2 years ago, there would be half of people there. Because in 2020, there's 100 billion people on YouTube.
conversation and
That's
monthly
a lot.
active users reaching 100 billion.
I believe
And
that's
with physical
hours,
sports largely
hours
on the sidelines,
of gaming
esports has
content
attracted
that people
legions of
watched.
new fans. Viewership is
Yeah.
nearly 500 million.
Hundreds of games watched. Yeah. So let's a little bit fast forward. And yes, this is
Time ray tracing and AI-based DLSS.
so this is the comparison with RTX off
Pretty,
and
pretty.
on. So you can see the
We called it
difference now.
RTX.
So this is what people
Together
thought
with
they were buying
Microsoft
with
and top
Cyberpunk.
developers and game engines, we set off to bring the visual realism of movies to fully interactive gaming.
Cool.
The momentum is
It's not so
unstoppable
visible
as
everywhere.
consoles
but
and the rest of the
somewhere.
ecosystem are now on board. Ray tracing is the new standard. Last fall, hot out of Jensen's oven, we launched our second generation RTX, the GeForce RTX.
So the GeForce RTX, only the GeForce Series 2000 got it, and now there's a new one 3000. So only these two. Like you have a GeForce 1050,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the last generation that doesn't have the RTX.
Okay. Do AMD graphics cards
No.
have ray tracing?
No.
So that's the big NVIDIA advantage
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah.
Got it.
I think they're working on something like similar, but NVIDIA worked on it like for 5 years or something. So
Got it.
behind the
30
schedule.
series. Ampere architecture for gamers. And our biggest generational leap ever. Ampere features dedicated RT cores to accelerate rate.
Okay, this is all about like how great it is, the new graphic card, of course. But there's more to it, a lot more. We fast forward a bit more. Once again, this is
To
something
GFN gamers the day of launch.
New life starts now.
RTX technology has set a whole new standard in gaming.
Yes. So this is all the games that it does support. So you can see it's Fortnite, it's Cyberpunk, but there's a very limited number of games so far. As of course it's going to increase.
Cursed is a new free-to-play game on
Ah,
Epic
yeah.
Games.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
it's there.
So do you think that going forward, like all new, like big games will have to have ray tracing supported?
It's optional, but they will want to because more people will have the GPU with RTX. But we'll get to that later.
Okay.
One RPG and the experience. Take a look.
Let's go. Yeah. So there's another technology of GeForce NVIDIA that is called DLS.
Awesome
You're gonna
image quality.
See it here.
Let's take a look.
So DLSS off, you get this many FPS, but when it's on, you get like double. And the visual is more clear. And the way it works, it's for very limited number of games because they use AI for the game, like to process the whole game basically.
I see.
And they make it more detailed.
So it like preloads the game,
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
so that it can have a higher frame rate as you're
Yes.
going through it.
And it's more detailed.
Uh-huh.
So that's a very cool feature. But of course, it does have this feature does have even less games than RTX.
So
Ray
tell me
tracing.
something. This is kind of a longer discussion, I guess. But if I just bought one of these graphics cards, like the biggest graphics card, and plugged it into the computer that I had now, would it be able to handle that?
Yes.
So it doesn't require like other supporting hardware so that it could actually do what it's supposed to do.
For you, it would be fine. Of course, there's some minimum system requirement, like you probably cannot have like 2 gigabytes of RAM. Then it would be like, for your computer, it's fine. I think you have 8 gigabytes of RAM, so that's fine. And for your processor too, of course, you might find out like if you have a weak processor, then of course there might be some problems with it.
Okay.
But for games, the GPU in most of the cases is the more important.
Okay, good to know.
So yes, you can upgrade.
Leroy Roberts is asking, what is DLSS? Yeah, they were talking about DLSS.
That's what we just explained.
That was the ability to preload the game and have and therefore have a much higher frame rate.
But you cannot preload the game. Like the workers in NVIDIA put it into special AI computer and they do it. You cannot do it on your own. You can just use it.
You know what's funny sometimes?
Yeah.
Is that I see the number up there about frame rates, but I don't see a difference.
Well, honestly, you cannot see the difference because I have the monitor that is 60 hertz.
Okay.
So it's basically like at my days, 30 FPS was enough. Then there was a 16, like it's more
smooth
fluent,
and okay.
Yes. And nowadays, like Fortnite gamers try to get 120 FPS. Like it's even smoother. Like it's like what you get used to. But I think 60 is more than enough.
That's the thing.
But some people have like 120 FPS, but they don't have a monitor on it, so they just like the number, but they don't use it.
That's exactly it. Often I have the impression that that it's just to brag about the number.
Yeah, you need to have a monitor. That's always like almost twice expensive than the normal one. So
because ray tracing, funny. I see the difference. I see how it makes games just like breathtaking. When it works well, but this like frame rate over 60 frames, unless you're like a pro gamer in Fortnite or in Warzone.
Yeah, you don't really need it, but it's basically showing that like if you now have in the games 120 in games in 3 years, you will still have above 60. So that's like. But how much you have still.
I'm always suspicious of upgrades where you spend like $500 to $1,000. That you would need to then buy a much better television or monitor to even be able to appreciate. It's this domino effect of spending to try to have something a little bit better. That I know I'm a graphics snob, but at a certain point it's like it's.
Well, for you it would be just about playing all the games in the highest details and for a longer time. Of course, now with the Battlefront 2, I don't know if it went.
It was
so smooth for you.
It was probably smooth. I guess it could have been a little bit smoother.
Maybe you didn't have all the settings.
Maybe it's because I'm still from the generation where I'm still using a little bit of my imagination.
Okay.
And if a game like The Long Dark, it has like very animated, unrealistic graphics, but it makes me believe that it's the real world. It pulls me into it, and I bridge the difference with a little bit of imagination.
I see.
So if
that's because you don't have RTX,
exactly.
But if you do, you can drop the imagination. I don't know if it's
completely. Then it's like the real life. Soon we're gonna have games.
Then maybe imagine you have the RTX. And you play a game like that, and you will be probably even more like in the game. Right?
It's possible. It's possible. Yeah. So let's.
Today we are announcing
160 FPS. My God.
Yeah. So let's fast forward a little bit.
It's like my Ferrari can go like 300 kilometers per hour. If you ever find a road where you can go 300 kilometers per hour.
It probably makes sense for like Call of Duty Warzone or Fortnite, where you need to like.
And for pro athletes,
really fast.
I completely understand that.
For esport,
Outriders looked pretty
We are
cool,
bringing
honestly.
DLSS.
Yes, it should be another like online, I believe.
I mean, yeah, it's another like it's battle royale, right?
I'm not sure.
I can't
but there
remember.
are- yeah, probably. And there's more games,
Games,
but
games.
we are more into different things. Let me see. And even older games like Rainbow Six Siege, it's going to have the RTX or DLSS in the future. So even older games can support it later. Like if it's made, it doesn't mean like that's it.
That's the interesting thing is that you can like.
And there's some special monitors for it, but of course. But now we
Buy
get
our expensive graphics
Yes.
card so that you can use our expensive television.
basically. But now we get to the cards.
For instance,
and this is when
gamers
it
were
get
playing Watch
more
Dogs 2
interesting.
with high settings at 60
Because
frames
well,
per
they're
second.
just showing like.
But
how
with Watch
much
Dogs
the new
Legion,
generation
released
is
last
better.
October, they only get traced with 90% every power of Ampere. Our second
Well, this is still with the. So, you can see at the RTX, the previous series, the
Okay.
2000, you would get like 40 FPS, and with newer. With RT, there's no X. You see, there's RT. Just so with ray tracing, and that you can get to that point. So that's why it's useful, because if you use the DLSS, you get too much high frame rate. But if you use ray tracing, it goes lower. So that's why it makes sense.
Got it. So these games on the previous generation and this generation of graphics cards using ray tracing.
Yes.
See, the thing is, like Total War, Three Kingdoms, I'm intrigued by ray tracing. I don't care if it's 58 or 68 frames per second. Like,
Well, there's a very small difference, but here it
Yeah.
makes a difference. Like
yeah,
40
to 60 would
that
I
makes
can
a
see that
difference.
would make
Yeah.
a difference. All right,
Yeah.
all right, all right.
Let's fast forward.
Actually, Citizen Swarm is asking an interesting question that
Uh-huh.
I would like to know also. The difference
Okay.
between refresh rate and frames per second. Any idea?
I am not an expert. I don't know if it's equal. Like if you have 60 Hz, 60
Refresh
FPS.
rate.
I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I am a more. I have more detailed than Caleb, but I am not from NVIDIA.
If anyone in the chat, if you know, like, let us know.
So let's see some games, because it's not only for games. So this is interesting. So how much do you think this new graphic card it's going to cost?
I mean, I have.
new series. I mean,
I've looked
Yeah.
at them a little bit, so it's not a blind
Okay.
guess, but like
teraflops
Probably
for ray tracing and
between
101
$800 and
teraflops to power
$1,600.
DLSS.
Yes, but the one that you would get,
Right.
the lower.
How
of
dare
the
you,
series.
sir? But yes, not even that. But go on.
So you have a 1050, and like the lower from this series will be 3060. So
360,
basically,
okay,
like your
So-
entry.
Does that
Level card.
do the numbers mean that it is 3 times?
No, it doesn't.
No connection.
No.
But the number in front is like the generation.
The number 3000 is the generation.
Okay.
And then if it's like 50, 60, 70, 80, and
And-
there's a TI sometimes.
Okay.
And the TI is like a deluxe version. So like 3060 Ti could be close to 3070.
This is something that actually stops me from getting deeper into all
Yeah,
this
it's
hardware because
confusing.
and then when you compare it with the system of like the AMD cards and you try to figure out which one is better and stronger, it's just madness. But so okay, 3,000 is the generation.
we got tip. It would be $500.
Okay, but I do want to ask, like, so this 60, 70, 80, is that connected to something real in the hardware, or is it just saying
No,
this
no.
is like...
It's just there, like...
So it could have been 3.6, 3.7, 3.8. It's just a name.
It's just their name they made, and
Okay.
they stick to it, like... So... That's how it is. It doesn't mean anything. So how much would you do you think?
So this is
brand new card.
the
It's
entry level.
Yeah, it's going to be available at the end of February. Thank you. And a new card, entry level card.
But all of these enable ray tracing.
Yeah.
Okay. $950.
It has 12 gigabytes of G6 memory.
You
and
got
starts
4
at just
gigabytes.
$329.
I got 8.
Starting
The
at
RTX
330.
Yes, this is the thing. It's That's what I was too, because the last generation started at 400, and now the new will be cheaper, and because now all the graphic cards are sold out basically.
Right.
There will be no other reason not to get it, or the other cards will suddenly go like super cheap. Like you can probably suddenly get previous version for. Like,
this is the way that I think.
Yeah. This is a great news for everybody. I mean, it's sold out now, but they will get it.
But I must admit, I'm kind of a budget person, or some people would say cheap. So my first thought was, the 2000 graphics cards are probably really cheap now.
Well, at least here in the Czech Republic, you can get for this price. You cannot even get the 2000 series. You can get like a 1060 for this price.
Okay.
So this is 2 generations newer. This is really going to change
but
all
also
the prices
in the US.
in the US.
That's the thing, because even in a couple of years, it might be more expensive than that in the Czech Republic because of European taxes and all of this.
Not only because of that, but this is like their price, and each factory will like tweak the graphic card a little bit, so they will add something extra. So it could be like 360 or 400, but it's what you said, like all the graphics cards are now going to go much lower.
So for price points,
And our graphic cards
are now worth nothing.
will be worth half suddenly, or maybe even less. Yeah. So if you want to sell your graphic cards, this is a good chance. But if you want to buy one,
no, it's too late to sell your graphics card now. Everyone's waiting
for the people who doesn't know. But if you are planning to buy one, wait a month, maybe 2 months, because we don't know. Like it depends on country.
Now I have a question about that, because yes, I'm amazed by the price and what it allows you to do with games and editing videos and all of this stuff for that price. But it's still $330 that you could get. If you don't have one, you could easily get a PS4 Pro for that now.
Yes.
So convince me, and by that comparison, a gamer, and I think there's PS4 Pro
that is super easy. Especially on our channel.
Okay.
Because you get a PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
That is
4 Pro. The PlayStation 5 is still like $500.
Yeah. Okay, because this GPU is like PlayStation 5, strongest PlayStation 5. Not sure if the 360, but it doesn't matter. Well, you get PlayStation 4 or 5, and you have to buy games.
Yes.
But you get computer with this graphic. It's going to be more expensive.
Install the Epic Games launcher.
Yeah, and you get 100 games per year.
Yeah.
Of course, most of them they will not use
ray tracing. Yeah.
Well,
Anodine 2 will not be helped by ray tracing.
Not only ray tracing, but let's face it, most of the games they release.
Crying Sun doesn't really matter what graphics card you're using. Understood. But you're right. That's still. I mean, we just did our review of, or our overview of 2020.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Kingdom Come Deliverance, GTA 5 with mods.
Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'm sure you don't like run so smoothly.
No, it's rough. It's true. I noticed. I stopped noticing because of the whole imagination thing.
And they don't use the ray tracing. They might add it still. That would be interesting.
Oof. Okay, you've got my attention now. I mean, still,
Caleb, definitely the new Elder Scroll Online will get it. Oh, not the online. The Elder Scroll, next Elder Scroll, the 6th one.
Yeah, in 10 years, but
maybe.
But the one other thing I will add to that discussion of like PS4 Pro is that if it's a gamer who really can't play high level games now, buying a PS4 for $300, it will have everything you need.
If you are a gamer, it's probably better for you, especially if you have a friend who does own PlayStation. You can share the game.
Right.
That's probably better. But if you're not using your computer only for gaming, but you're using it for video editing, for some more programs that use more of the GPU, like graphic programs, Photoshop, like all of these, or if you're streaming, it's still better to have a PC.
Shyam's Games is saying he needs to go. Thank you for being with us and for rejoining as a member. And Shyam's Games, can you put that compare link in the comments? Because then in the chat sometimes YouTube blocks it, but in the comments we'll see it and make sure that it's visible so that people can easily compare AMD and NVIDIA graphics cards. That's a good idea to have that pinned. Yeah.
Okay. So let's move a little bit forward in it. So you know the price, and there's a few more things you wanna know. Let's get to that. I believe it's closer to the end because this was the biggest reveal.
Wait, can you go back where it showed what was it, the expanding bar or something, where it's able to connect with all of the this thing.
Okay.
A little bit farther back, because it looked impressive to me, but I had no idea what he's talking about.
I don't think I will help you much.
Today, only part of the GPU's memory can be accessed.
So accessing GPU memory.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is how it works on the previous series.
Yes, at any one time by the CPU.
One by one.
What's happening here?
Well, they're accessing like the graphic cards, basically. Well, I guess that's wants to like that's like the how do I explain? Like, let's say like it goes to your brain.
Yeah.
Or to your arm.
Okay.
Or to your leg.
So
separately.
Sending commands.
Sending commands.
And sending information.
Yes.
Getting information.
Yes. To each part.
So currently, it's like if our brain could only tell like one finger at a time to do something.
Yeah. First one, then second.
Okay. Maybe
it's
very quickly, but one at a time.
Yes. Yes.
Got it. That's
requiring many memory updates.
So,
and this with resizable bar, the game can access the entire GPU.
Now it
can do this.
Like
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no delay, even though the delay is like.
That seems like a big deal.
I'm not sure how in theory, yes, it looks nice, but I'm
allowing
not sure,
for multiple updates at the same time, improving performance.
So yes, you're right. That was interesting. And then there are these laptops.
It's of the latest consoles. And it's time to introduce a new generation. The RTX 3060 laptop is faster than anything on the market today, including the $2,500 RTX 2080 Super. It's 30% faster.
So how much?
Oh, I know what he's about to say. 30% faster
than the PlayStation 5 and deliver
30% faster than the PlayStation 5. Yeah.
So that's a lot of power.
And in a laptop that you
in a laptop. So you're gonna guess how much will be the laptop. That
also it will save you heating costs because it will probably warm up your room. Yeah.
Well, how the graphic card is made, it's actually consuming less.
Good.
That's 90 frames per second.
You already know how much it costs, right?
Yeah.
I did watch this, but I can't remember this entry level one. But I was surprised. It's like $1,000, isn't it?
It's $1,000. And for $1,000, you cannot get a gaming laptop at all.
When he says stronger than anything on the market, he means any gaming laptop, right? Probably
Yeah.
not desktops. He's not comparing it
Yeah,
to desktops.
all everything from the laptops.
Okay.
Not the desktop.
But even like Alienware and these like $3,000 laptops, and that's incredible. So now,
My friend lately, like 2 months ago, she bought. She's a not gamer, but she bought it because she needed the big screen and she wanted to have a very fast. So she bought like for $1,500,
dollars, yeah.
and that's going to be like half of what this will get.
Oh wow.
So this will also make other gaming laptops a lot cheaper, because this time it's not only cheaper, but it's thinner, and it's because of the new technology. It does use even less of the power. So this is not. There's no proof yet, but it should. Even the battery should go longer.
The latest games at Ultra.
So
Gamers know the
once we're able to travel again, this will be great.
Well, look at it, and look at my PC.
I was thinking the same thing. This is crazy.
My PC is a lot trashy now than this.
It's a lot weaker than this.
And we could use this to play all the games. And I mean, like, I have my big desktop connected with the cables to the television over there. I could get this to the television and have it right there, and everything will be a lot smoother.
So I mean, this could run Cyberpunk 2077 as smooth as butter when it's like
90 FPS.
So
ultra.
So
Ultra.
it's magic, basically, is what you're saying. I'm looking at your laptop that is, your desktop that is a good desktop computer, but it's a big piece of hardware, and this probably does games at least twice as good as that in this little box. So magic.
Well, we don't know what the processor is or what the RAM is, but
right.
we're expecting like it could still run like everything, and my PC cannot run everything. The only downside on this laptop for me would be that it cannot have all the terabytes I have in my desktop.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But that can be solved like
Derpler is asking how much is this laptop? This one, that's what we're talking about. It's $1,000, starting at $1,000 for the state-of-the-art gaming laptop.
RTX 3070 laptops start at $1,299.
This is like for $300 more, you get even faster.
Do you have
if you have like television higher than 80p resolution?
The graphics card that I have in the computer that you built for me.
You got 1050.
How much faster is this? Are we talking about twice as much, 3 times as fast? There's some comparison, and I think you have like 30% of the power. Well, already 30%. So the 3070 would be 3 times faster than the graphics card I'm using. But
if you don't count the RTX and the DLSS,
right, and these are like bonuses on the 3000.
I don't know if this is like marketing catch or not, but they say that this series is the biggest leap in the percentage, like higher. It wasn't such a big like compared to 2000 series. So it's even more amazing that there's a bigger leap now in the new series, and it's still cheaper.
Right. Yeah. This is kind of crazy.
I think I know what's the reason, because the Mac notebooks now, the laptops they have the very thin technology, and they have super good GPUs, and they like kind of ahead of time, and NVIDIA is now like getting close to them.
It's pretty incredible. Maverick, I think to my question about how much stronger this one is than my gaming, he said 2.5 times, I think. And Citizen Swarm is asking, is honor hunting gaming laptops available in your country? I've never heard of honor hunting gaming laptops.
No, I don't think so. No.
And Maverick says you also have to make sure that your CPU isn't too weak. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
such if you buy the newest graphics card.
That's what we talk about. Yeah,
If your CPU can't handle it, yeah.
definitely.
And Re1 is saying you should pay at least $4,000 for this. Belega asks, is Galactic Civilizations 3 a good game? We don't know. We're going to play it and we're going to review it shortly before it becomes available next week. So join us.
So you were asking your card.
Yes, I was.
Your card is much below this card because this is 1080. You have 1050, so you'll be like this. So this is actually more than.
So 5 times.
Well, not 5 times because this is the 3080. And we were talking about 3060.
Okay.
So it could be like, as I said, it would be like if 3060 is 100%, your 1050 would be like 30, maybe even a little bit less. Mine is like 35, so not a big difference.
It's hard to imagine a 5 times better performance.
Yeah.
With graphics.
So what it does except gaming?
Across multiple apps at the same time. RTX accelerated AI will change the way creators work. For example, Adobe Photoshop recently introduced neural filters, which uses AI to quickly make complex edits to photographs.
Oh, wow.
Adobe Premiere Pro Auto Reframe
This is what we're
uses
using.
AI to convert landscape video to portrait while keeping the action front and center. In DaVinci Resolve 17, the new Magic Mask feature uses AI to speed up mask creation and tracking. NVIDIA Optics AI denoising in Blender cleans up noise on the fly, quickly resolving 3D images.
407.
And NVIDIA
This is
Omniverse Audio
amazing.
to Face uses AI to animate unrigged 3D characters based solely on an audio
A
source.
new nation conceived in liberty
Wow.
and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
So, you know, this era of video games where, like, and then I am going to go over to the store and do it.
Yeah.
It's over. Like, we're...
Not over for everyone, but for the ones if you need to. I don't know like how to compare to MAD, but I haven't heard any like these features. They cannot have it.
Interesting.
They can make like similar, but
Uh-huh.
you can do it only with GeForce, and some of these effects can be achieved only if it's RTX graphic cards.
Okay. But still, like, if you're a developer of something that's not a pixelated platformer, it's $300 to invest in the hardware that allows you to do all of this. This revolutionizes indie gaming also, because it means what's accessible to them to use real actors to quickly put them into virtual environments
Since
is
Unreal
incredible.
Engine is for free, combining with together, you
Right.
can make indie games look like AAA games easily.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, easily. It's not so easy to make a game.
It's doable.
Doable.
It's doable.
Doable. Yeah.
Today, these are the
So yes, there will be a lot of companies that will make many computers that will cost like the entry 1,000, because there will be many different companies that makes the laptops.
Because
there's
usually-
not going to be just one NVIDIA laptop.
Right,
There's going to
right.
be many.
Because usually the graphics card is the most expensive part of a gaming laptop. Would you say?
Gaming, yes.
For a gaming
Definitely.
laptop. If
Gaming
you want your lap.
not only gaming, but video editing too.
Maverick says he wouldn't even get a laptop. I understand that.
I think this is I am a like desktop guy,
Person, yeah.
but I would love to have it replaced if it would have all the not only the power but all the storage. I would love to have it replaced, even if I would never travel with it. I would just love to have it on the table because it's noisy. My big one is
It's
noisy.
It's true. It takes up space.
Yeah.
You can't really take it with you. And until 2 years ago, I hadn't owned a desktop for 15 years. because I was moving around
Yeah.
so much. Like it just was not practical to buy and invest in a desktop.
Yeah.
So
Well, my idea is that it's going to be in the future in the mobile, but in the near future it's going to be in the laptops first.
So you think maybe in 5 to 10 years, a mobile phone will be able to do what this gaming laptop is doing?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, especially
my
connected with
mobile
like,
is now basically the same as my desktop.
that's depressing, isn't it?
And the price is a big difference.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's amazing. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And as I said, the only difference for me is the storage.
Derpler says, my current gaming laptop is £700.
Yep.
And Maverick says, the gaming laptops are a good value because the GPUs are hard to get. That's a good point. If you can get the gaming laptop with the really exclusive graphics card, instead of trying to find the graphics card for sale, then, yeah, you're right.
So, at the very end, let's just see this.
You played this.
I play too. You haven't.
I do have Game Pass still.
5 monitors, or maybe 3 or 5. 3 to 5.
So 3, yeah.
Maybe. Wait. I counted so many. I think there was like 5 monitors, and that was all around to the
On the
notebook.
laptop. Wow.
On the laptop.
Oof. Razer Blade 15.
Yep. So
Impressive. Impressive. So it's a brand new world of gaming.
it is, and this was just NVIDIA, and I have a radio now, but the message here is everything's going to be a lot cheaper now. So if you're planning to get a new computer, especially a new graphic card, wait a little bit, because now we're on the break when it's going to go really down. The prices are going to go down. And for example, in Czech Republic now, you can get almost any GPU because it's out of the stock. I believe it's for most of the country. Not sure if all. But yeah, this is...
If I'm going back to the US soon, might consider an investment in a better graphics card, yeah.
I'm actually considering to getting it because I was having some trouble with mine, so it would be nice to not be in trouble anymore. And they didn't show, but there's one more RTX technology that will be useful to us, because even if you don't have a green screen, it's going to
Automatically.
and it's
So
improving, and it's
So like what
Close to-
Zoom and Microsoft Teams are trying to do now, but it looks really messy.
Yeah.
But it's going to
Yeah.
with a really strong graphics card, it's going to get.
it's already there, and it's only improving now.
So Michael, instead of buying like 4 green screens,
Yeah.
we could have just bought a new NVIDIA graphics card.
We didn't know it's going to come out so cheap. So we
Well,
could have.
It's
We know
still
now.
a bit more than 4 green screens. you must admit. I mean, this is the funny thing about money is yes, it's very little money compared to what we would expect to pay for it, but it's still for many people a significant amount of money. So now,
Well, it is kind of surprising, kind of not, because as we already talked, there's a PlayStation 5 now. There's a mobile gaming that is so powerful. Like, I think this is a good choice from NVIDIA. And because of this choice, everything will be cheaper sooner.
I have several things to say. One is a question for you of if you think that AMD can remain competitive, but then also Citizen Swarm is asking if there's any company in the world which provides us with custom laptops. I think there must be quite a few companies that do that. Alienware is very customizable, isn't it? Is the first one that comes to mind.
I never looked into customizable laptops, but I know that there's some graphic cards that you can connect to the laptops and have a like different one. And you can always, not always, most of the time you can add RAM memory.
You made my desktop for me. Would you
Yep.
be able to make a laptop, or is that much more complicated?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I would only help you to choose laptop and then add more memory into it.
Special guest Jay House says refresh rate has to be a combination of electronic refresh, eye perception, and internet latency. To start with, latency.
Yeah.
It just seems like that's a lot more things that I should ask about, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And Maverick says, I like it when Caleb scratches his beer like a madman villain or something.
Yeah.
Quack, quack, Maverick. Quack, quack.
If we get the Mad Max game for free from Epic, we can do some intro like that.
Yeah, I want to get another, like a big RPG with a villain. I think I'm ready. Like, my hair has gotten really long now. So like this, the whole turtleneck thing and a vest and yeah.
We should have made you in the Star Wars then.
We need a James Bond game. Why is Epic not giving away a James Bond game?
There's not many.
There's not that many.
Like one lately. Well, like 5 years ago, one. That's all. So, do you have any more questions, or do you guys have some questions?
Let's see.
Wait.
Maverick also says, now Caleb, Caleb and Mikhail, if you do get a new GPU, make sure your CPU isn't too weak or the GPU will bottleneck. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. But you said like
I think we were both fine.
Our CPUs would handle at least the 3060 or something.
Mine would. Yours, I would have to check.
Okay.
But I think so.
Rewan says it's expensive for a teenager. Yes, and it's still very expensive for many people all over the world. $300 is a lot of money.
Yes.
I think for most middle class people in the US, that's a pretty easy purchase.
Well,
but in many other countries, like
there's one more idea you can use that is connected to GeForce 2. Mm-hmm. It's GeForce Now.
Mm-hmm.
The how do you call it? The streaming
the
not company, but the service, streaming service that when you buy games on Steam or Epic, I believe even if you get free games on Epic, you can play them on NVIDIA Now, GeForce Now, and you can play the games anywhere on any laptop, any mobile, because it's going to stream. But the downside is that you need to have a good internet connection. If you don't, then it's not usable. But if you do have a good internet connection, you don't want to spend money on buying a new computer, but you are okay with spending some little money every month, you can play it from any computer or mobile.
This is a bit. Should probably
with all the RTX and.
This should probably be one of our discussions at some point.
Because that's how it's connected to Epic too.
Yeah. We should. One of our next discussions should be streaming versus hardware. Yeah. Because the future of I think the future of gaming is in streaming, and in 5 years you won't need hardware.
It's only a matter of the internet cover and how speed it is.
Right. But all of these big advancements in hardware and the incredible things that we can do, in about 5 years, it's possible we won't need any of this. I
believe we will just need a mobile.
A phone. We'll be able to stream Cyberpunk 2079
we are able
on the phone. Yeah.
We are able to do it now.
Right.
Not in 5 years. We can do it now.
You're right.
If you have a good internet connection.
Okay, so who is now thinking of getting a new graphics card, guys? You've been with us through this presentation now.
Yeah.
Let us know what interests you here. Are you
ready
to?
Are we going to get any new graphic cards soon, or are you planning to? And if yes, which one? Show us in the chat.
Citizen Swarm says, is cloud gaming service Luna available in your country?
I don't think so.
I don't know if it's available.
Yeah, but the Google Stadia is.
Stadia is available. Game Pass, of course.
And the Plus says the phone screen are too small though. you're right, but you can connect it to your TV, then it's not a problem.
Soon it will just be a streaming device that you plug your TV into it, you plug your controller into it, and the phone is streaming the game from some server. And
we still don't know if it's the future, because still not a lot of people using it.
it's still not great.
And because all the, like, I heard that from NVIDIA, the streaming service, a lot of games disappeared. So there's some problem on that too.
It's not an easy thing to do. And 5 years ago, everyone thought that the future of gaming was VR, and by now everything would just be in VR. And sometimes, it doesn't move as quickly as we expect.
One way or another, because of this behind us, everything going to be more accessible. The question is if it's going to be cheap enough that you can get it, but hopefully one day.
So Maverick says, I have the RX 570 looking at 1660s and 1650 Supers because they are older gen and they will be cheap. Yeah, I'm thinking of upgrading not to the newest things, but it might be...
If it's like half of the price, that's really great.
That's always what I do. I'm always one generation behind. Like, I just bought a PS4 and I'm really happy with it. Like,
you didn't just bought it.
Okay, like a year ago, yeah.
Is it 1 or 2 years now?
One year,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Great value. Okay. Great value for the money. Like 5 years after its release.
Yeah.
Like, Angry Crab is planning to get a 1070. You have a 1050 Ti right now.
And Summer S is asking the cheapest graphic card that will be able to run all the new games. That is definitely the 360.
360 for $330. Yeah.
Probably even the 2000 series, but you didn't tell us like how fast. It depends if you want 60 FPS or watch screen size.
The PS4 can run Cyberpunk 2077, just not good enough. And interesting opportunity to give some advice to Moron Zombie Gaming, who says, I have $1,000 to spend on a gaming PC. Which NVIDIA card should I get?
Ooh.
This is all you, Micha.
You have. He said he's got
$1,000 for the PC.
Okay, well, for $1,000 you can get the whole laptop.
The gaming laptop. So should he build like a cutting edge desktop or get the gaming laptop that's coming out from NVIDIA?
Well, I already mentioned it. I would not be able to use it. I would love to, but I would need like 4 terabytes of hard drive space. If you don't need it, if you need just the games, you can get a laptop, especially if you want to like move it a lot, then it's better laptop. But if you want more storage, and I don't think like you will need to upgrade so soon. So I think 1,000 for the laptop is good enough.
I mean, if I would say, I don't know anything about it, but my instinct would be to go for the 360, for example, and then still have, $650.
If you already own a computer, like the desktop computer, you just need to upgrade your graphic card, maybe look at the CPU, and you're still like 500 in the dollars, and you got still 500 left. So that's great.
But this brings up an interesting question for me. Do you think that there is a really important difference between the 360 and the 390? The highest one is 390,
There's a different. Right? Well, yes, there is. It depends if you.
I guess there must be a difference.
It depends on your screen. If you use 1080p, like most of the people do, 360 is enough. If you want high resolution, like 4K resolution, that's what 380 is for.
So if you already have a $1,000 monitor, then you might consider investing in like the 3090, and it could be worth it. But otherwise, you're not going to see the difference anyway. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's good to know.
Monitor or television. Some people still like use a television for it. And of course, if you are like into esport and you want your game to be 120 FPS, the entry level is still good enough so far. So yeah.
Derpler asks, how come 20 series graphics cards are still so expensive? Almost as much as the 30 series. Not for long.
Exactly, but not for long.
Yeah, they can't be.
Now it's very bad time to buy a graphic card like the previous generation. Because it's going to drop a lot. It's going to be like, I don't know, like $150 for two
2000 series.
Yeah.
Re1 says, remember 512 megabyte graphics cards? Yeah, I do. I do remember
Maverick Montages ask 8 gigabytes or 4 gigabytes is 8 better to have? This is a good question. It's not always better because you know what? 360 is going to have 12 gigabytes, but 360 Ti, which is deluxe version, is going to have only 8 gigabytes less, but it's going to be still stronger because of the CPU tax and other things. So the number of gigabytes not always means it's better. But 8 gigabytes is like new standard now. For the new games. 8 is enough.
Shyam's Game says it's expensive because of scalpers. Same for like
Scalpers?
Scalpers is people who manage to buy it and then resell it for a higher price.
Okay.
For the PS5
Okay,
also. If you want it, if you have to have it now, then yes, that it will be very expensive. Okay, we take one more comment each.
Yeah.
You choose. Let's see if you see one first.
Okay.
Okay, I found my comment. Aaron Christian, I can't buy it. That's epic thing, man. Poor life. Well said. I couldn't agree more.
That's why we are focusing on Epic Games. That's
The
free games.
Free games.
And usually they're very pixelated, so you can play it on anything. That's a good thing. Okay, my last question.
J House is answering someone's question saying it's a firm in Seattle.
I don't see any questions, just thanking us for the stream. We thank you for being with us and continuing us,
these
supporting
are
us.
definitely our most dedicated viewers because
Definitely.
in our when we talk about free games we have 300 people there.
But when we talk about
Well,
graphic cards,
it's not our area of specialization either, especially me. But you should check out Santiago, who does a lot about all the different graphics cards. And I don't know how many graphics cards he like runs.
Many. He
But
does have many.
He takes the big new games and like runs them on different graphics cards and then tells you how to optimize your graphics for each hardware.
Like how to actually go into the menu of each specific games and what to turn on and off.
Since we're leaving soon, I believe right now he is streaming
Well,
Star
we can
Wars
check.
Battlefront 2.
We can check.
And you should join his stream and tell him that we sent you and that we're...
Let's see if he still streams.
Live now, yeah.
Yep. And he streams.
He's there.
Wait for it.
He's got 600 people on his stream. That's good.
Nice. Let's tell him hi.
Yeah, okay.
In live.
I'm looking at us on YouTube, and the screen behind us is watching
will
someone
make
else
him-
being...
Please be aware that this feature is not fully supported and the game stability might decrease. You need to restart the game for this setting to take effect.
Caleb, please write him something. Wait, let's
Okay.
see if everybody can see it.
Wait, I
Not
need to...
clearly, I need to make you smaller. And now.
That's why I'm not.
Let's see his reaction. Okay.
What am I doing?
You're writing.
Writing there?
Wait.
Personal preference.
Wait.
So yeah,
You're signed in into my account. We need to do it as should you play it? You see?
Got
So
it.
you should do it. Yeah,
Got it.
You should do
Got it. Wait, so I need to open it.
Again,
Yeah.
because a lot of people are playing that one.
Yeah, guys, if you're still watching us, we're gonna end soon anyway. So you should go jump on Santiago's chat. I'm gonna drop a comment there and tell him that we are streaming his stream.
Write an essay, kiss your kid.
And if you are wondering what graphic cards I have, that is the one that Santiago is testing right now. It's not NVIDIA, it's Radeon RX 580. Wait, no, I have actually 570, so even lower. Yeah, and he's got like 80 FPS. Yeah, it's going to be funny. Okay, let's see his reaction.
We won, and I did nothing. Okay, but I mean, in the 570 we were already getting over 60 all the time with the highest settings. On this one we should have like a 10 to 20 FPS boost. 10 FPS boost makes more sense, so probably 70 frames. So yeah, what a great match. What a great match. Let's see how it continues.
I don't think he's gonna notice because he's watching his game.
Glad I could make you smile.
Well, we could make a donation.
That would be great. You're already downloading it? Well, great. A lot more people to play the game. Because some modes have no problem.
Do you have some modes?
Some modes have no people.
You see my comment
Repost
there?
the message? Yeah.
Let's get this
Or you want me to spam?
Wait, no. I will try to do it with the donation. Let me try it.
Excellent.
Okay, let's... Too many windows now! Too many windows, wait.
Anyone watching this, it must be chaos. Like
No, they don't. They see just the...
they don't hear Santiago.
They hear it.
They hear.
Yeah,
But so they hear us, they hear him. They say,
Yeah.
like, we're streaming a streamer. Madness.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen on YouTube.
Okay, almost there.
Aaron says, Epic Games is a way of life. Amen, brother.
A lot of reflections here, great, a lot of volume.
Okay. And super chat. Yes. Let's give him a message. Because I think he made us... Wait, where's the message going?
You can't add a message.
Oh.
There.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and make sure you say... Oh, that's from Should You Play
Yeah,
It? Yep.
that's from
Okay.
Should You Play
Okay.
It, but...
Yep.
Wait, it doesn't say... Oh, it's too long. Okay, so we need to make it shorter. Can you make it shorter?
Yeah.
50 shorter. You can do only 50 letters.
Oh, 50 letters.
Yeah. 13 less.
Oh, yeah.
If you're still with us, please enjoy. Now you're good. Yeah. Almost. Yeah. Good enough? The ending? Yeah. So ending our stream. So we are streaming your stream. It might be confused. What we're talking
Wait, I need
about.
a winky face. It's a check keyboard. So do the winky face. Yeah.
This one?
No, like winking.
Ah, okay. Winking. This one. Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. Let's try to do it. And
Sound.
wait, not yet.
Madness.
Not yet. Sending
Madness,
now.
I say.
And yep, it's there.
We're in. We're in.
We're in.
Closing the game and putting it back up. Maybe that works.
Let's see if he notices.
Let's go find that camper. It's up here.
He's not going to notice. He's busy shooting.
Well, maybe it's going to appear on his screen.
Mm.
We'll see.
That's a beautiful game. It's really a beautiful
Oh,
game.
shoot.
It is. It's the locations, and I can see there's a lot of people already.
They're pretty smart.
already playing
I'll
it.
give it that.
A lot of people with fast internet connection.
No, todavía
Still.
no, capaz que más adelante, pero es demasiado potente para lo que hago yo en general. People are asking if I have a 3060 Ti. No, it's too expensive for what I do. in
Here we
China,
are,
but maybe in
the
future,
small
who knows?
YouTubers, hoping that a bigger YouTuber notices us.
We'll
Oh,
see.
I love jetpacks.
Give it a few more
More
seconds.
Marines.
Come on, say our name. Say our name,
We
Santiago.
probably didn't give a big
Those
donation.
birds, some helmets. Oh, I had to defend it, not shoot it.
Maybe
Okay.
when he finished
Got the message. Got the memo.
the match. But that could take a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm hearing.
Yeah, he's too busy.
He's a bit occupied
Thank you so
right
much.
now.
Should you play it for
Oh.
the 20 sec crowns? I think it was. The
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Thank you so
check
much,
counts.
man. Guys, that's it. You're 2 people. And then we're streaming your stream. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you guys are watching and streaming. Guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to Should You Play It. They always notify about free games and do reviews about them. And they are pretty nice people all around.
We
Oh,
are.
thank
It's
you.
true.
They are pretty nice.
Thank you.
You're nice too.
Comments and
Yeah.
do live streams pretty often. So yeah, free games.
Nice.
Plus live streams, plus reviews. What else do you want? And, performance.
He says it so well.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys for the
That he
donation,
gets us.
Yeah,
for streaming
exactly.
my live stream. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
Mute?
mute. Yeah. So it's not too confusing.
Yeah.
So guys, you heard it. Like now, there's no point in you staying in our stream. So you should go to his stream, watch him, so that and let him know that we sent you over because now Battlefront 2 is free. So if you want to know how to optimize your graphics and also to watch a pro play the game,
maybe you're still downloading the game, so you can check out our gameplay video from the single player.
I think we have more people watching right now than we did at any point in this long discussion.
Because he just talked about that.
Oh,
That's
hi
why.
everyone!
Hi everyone from San Diego.
Like the 15 people that came over from Santiago. Welcome! We
Welcome.
usually talk about the free games from Epic Games. So subscribe so you don't miss anything. We're going to be reviewing Galactic Civilizations 3 next week because it's going to be free.
And you don't want to miss these free games. This time we got Battlefront 3. We don't know what we get in another week.
There will be more AAA games.
There will be more.
There will be more pixelated indie games.
There will be definitely
Yeah.
even more of that. And this year we will probably get another 100 games or close to that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So all of you who have been with us since the beginning that we started streaming today.
That's
the
amazing.
last
That's amazing.
That's
high five for that.
basically 2 hours that you guys you've been with us. So
That's
thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're glad that it seems you enjoy our company and our content because we just want to bring a little bit of fun and joy into the world. So we're glad that we can do that for you. And thanks for being with us and supporting us. We really appreciate it.
And I think we'll see you next time.
We will.
Yeah,
Stay
we
safe.
will.
Stay
Stay
epic. Have fun.
And bye.
Bye. And now I have to keep waving, right?
Yeah.
I keep waving. Okay. Yeah. If
Wait.
I come over here,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.